What's good, y'all? It's your dog, the Urban Juggernaut, Sean Black. We are back. Another season of the Backhouse podcast.
Yes, sir.
First season was so dope. We had a lot of cool little guests. It was my first run, a lot of learning experiences and all that. And I feel like I said, we went from the outside, back in the patio days, to coming inside to making the official Backhouse name. And we are here. 2021 almost closing out, but we here celebrating Black love, pro wrestling, good community, things going on in the community, good events. We just here, another place. You got a story to tell, something special. The Backhouse is here, another season. Let's close it all out, 2021. But I got some guests today. Hopefully consistent. You got my man, Big Homie Quan doing his thing.
Big Homie Quan.
Big Homie Quan was good on the LA independent internet radio scene. He's always involved in something around the LA Inglewood area. You just got to hear that name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's joining me today as we interview our man. Tell us your name, man. Officially, I don't want to mess it up.
You should do like the church
He was like, tell us your name, brother. I'm Biliko Aziz Awisa Jr. I'm a comedian actor. I'm a owner of Kitoko TV Network, which is a streaming service on Roku. We have an iOS app and Android app, and on the channel we're trying to be the intersection of the diaspora, where we just highlight like great Black content like Big Homie Quan and Sean with Amped Up Wrestling. So, we get the word out about all the good stuff. Yeah. Great, honestly, the great stuff that Black content creators are doing that kind of get lost in the shuffle of, we won't say that the two place. I won't say their name, but I won't say their name. But yeah, so I'm here. I'm excited to be a part with Amped Up Wrestling. Oh.
Amped Up Wrestling. We'll let Big Quan start out.
Man, you know so dope about you, Biliko.
What's up?
You know so dope about you.
Let them know.
Man, you know so dope about you is that I seen it from the beginning.
Thank you, brother.
And one of the great things I love is that you always have this attitude about, not necessarily, everyone will say, the I don't quit attitude, but it's more than that. So for those who really don't know, what would you say, not necessarily gives you the I don't quit mentality, but gives you the I want to be able to do this?
Well, because I think what happens is when you get older and you've gone through losses, life is hard. Life is full of challenges, right?
Yes.
When you get through things, you start to realize as you get older, you have other responsibilities. Everything you do, it just doesn't affect you, it affects other people, right? And I like to help people. That's I think it's a good strength of mine. And with this channel, I feel like I'm not only helping myself, but my goal is to help other people reach their dreams. So if you do that, and it comes from like a real good place where it's like, that's how you get blessings and stuff like that. Like good stuff happens to you when you don't think about yourself, you think about how you can help out other people, especially in the community. Like we from LA, so we know the stuff we have to go through on a day-to-day and some of the stuff mishaps we have to go through. With content creators like you guys, like I know like if I try to help somebody else out, I eventually help myself out. So it's just like that's a sacrifice. So that's what keeps me going.
Definitely dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely dope.
Mm-hmm. Tell us where you from, your background, all that stuff.
Okay, so my family's from the Congo. That's Democratic Republic of Congo, Central Africa. My father moved here like in the late 70s. Then my mom followed him in like 84. They had me in 85. We moved. It's funny because like we were gonna live in North Carolina because there's a big Congolese community in North Carolina. But there's something about LA. My dad was like, no, we gotta go to LA. So they had me here in LA. Man, I lived all over. I lived in the jungles, I lived in the valley. I spent most of my time in high school in the valley, but all over the valley. I was living all over the valley. I lived in West Side, like Culver City, like West LA. Like I said, the jungle, South LA. So I lived all over. Like I am, So yeah.
That's stuff. The fact that you said you born and raised in LA.
Yeah, I love
it.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. Let me tell you something. I love that my family heritage is from Congo, but I'm happy I grew up in LA. No, listen, there's nothing like it. There's something about like being, because like when you meet like I meet relatives that are like they moved to North Carolina, they moved to New York, like there's nothing wrong with those places. France, there's nothing wrong with it. But it's something about being from LA. I'm telling you, if you're not from here, you don't understand it. I don't know what it is. I was reading this article, this NBA writer. He said every time he talks to an NBA player from LA, he said there's something about each player from LA, how they always talk about, from LA. We like love being from LA. Like people just don't understand it. They don't understand it. Like I can't.
It's a culture.
Yeah, I can't explain it.
Now, for those who don't know
Yes,
LA,
sir.
like we know LA,
Yes, sir.
let's educate them on some spots that you love.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like food, hangout?
Food, hangout, comedy, doesn't matter. Just like give like a five spots you know you love like on any day of the week.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. So if you like, let's say you're a quiet professional, you want to get your work done, you go to Mingle's Tea Bar or Crenshaw, Manchester. You go there because first of all, you get good tea, you get a good vibe. It's like a good because a lot of let's say black people that come from like the East Coast, that'll be like DC, North Carolina and stuff like that. They'll be like, oh, I'm looking for a spot where I can just like be like in the vibe and the culture or whatever. You have Leimert Park, hot and cool. That'll be number 2. You go to Mingle's Tea Bar 1. So you got hot and cool 2. If I'm gonna go with food. See, I'm not the best foodie, but I love Jamaican food. So I'll go to Stone's on Crenshaw, and I think it's 67th. Those beef patties are fire. Beef patties are fire. And the Jamaican lady's always angry when you ask for beef patties. You know what I'm saying? Well, I go on IRA. You know what I'm saying? Just put those beef patties on there, real angry. I never. So I like there. Comedy. It's funny because comedy always moves because a lot of independent artists, they'll have like dope shows, but it's never like one place or whatever. We have our show, Bond Two Boys at Mingle's Tea Bar every last Friday. But I would say Hollywood Comedy's dope on Melrose and Cahuenga. They got dope shows there. Crack 'em Up Thursday, the comedy store on Thursdays in the Belly Room. That's Nichelle Murdoch. Yeah, she's had it for like 18 years. So I would always, and you could always see, great thing, you could always see like veterans, like Dave Chappelle will pop in. Or even like James Davis, and he's from Inglewood, he'll host, but then you have like an up and comer comic. They'd be like, I never seen that dude before. But then that dude in 4 years, you're like, oh my goodness, this nigga's in every movie. Or whatever. Come and curse. Okay, no cursing, kids. Don't curse. I want you to live a life of goodness. But yeah,
we good with cursing on him.
Yeah. So I think that'll probably be it. But like, LA's so big, there's so much to do. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, is there any? Yeah, that'll probably be because of the food. I mean, go to the pier. You out of town, go to the San Monica Pier. You know, of course, if we're allowed. Are we allowed? Can we go to the beach?
We can.
Oh, we go to the beach, okay.
We go to the beach.
Because with the car.
We can also hit up what you call a spot. We can also hit up the Mitchell Golf spot.
Where?
Anywhere. We can hit up the Castle spot off the 605 between the 605 and 105 freeway.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you do like south though. Okay.
Right.
I never been there.
But when you know LA, you know LA. Bro.
You gotta tell me there's some nice ones there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Good. I like the ones that have a great future behind them.
Yes. Oh, so you saw Crazy Girls.
I love them because they love me.
Like he's so proper and nice. He don't even know what to do with this.
Then after they're done.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, but yeah. What else y'all want to know, man?
You know what else I want to know?
Yes, sir.
That I probably never asked, and I'm glad Sean's here.
No.
For this question.
Yes, sir.
What did you think of Amped Up Wrestling when you first watched it?
See, it's crazy because like when I saw the video when you sent it to me, I was like, oh, that's dope. First of all, I was like, I love entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Black ownership, wrestling, and it's crazy because I thought me and my cousins were the only ones that liked wrestling that looked like us, which sounds dumb, right?
But that's a lot of our stories.
Yeah, because it's like it's not put out there like we all know we love basketball, we love football. Like when it comes to entertainment, we love comedy, we love music, or whatever. But I was like, yo, I wanted to be Shawn Michaels as a kid. Then when they got Ahmed Johnson, and then remember the Nation of Domination? I was like, oh, this is dope. The Nation of Islam is in wrestling. Or Farouk was supposed to be like Farrakhan, right?
Yes.
Anyway, but then when we went, let me say something, man. If you don't go to Amped Up Wrestling, I saw Owen Hart versus Bret Hart as a kid. It took me back to that place. I was just like, yo, there's good character work, there's good wrestlers. I was more upset that I didn't know about this book, and until you brought it up, I was like, how come I don't know? You know what I'm saying? Like, how come I don't know about this? Because there's probably the 10-year-old kid in me that was just like, if I would have known about this in '95, I would have been like, oh, can we go once a month? It's only $20. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only $20. Like, I don't think people know how expensive like WWE and all that stuff. But you get the same high flying, the same energy, the same character work. Like, I loved it. Like, I just like when you came out with the Nipsey, I was just like, yo, I'm here. Like, because I was telling all my homeboys, I was like, yo, we gotta come to this. You know what I'm saying? And then all my comedian friends were just like, yo, how come there's no how come we didn't know about this independent indie artist? Because you know what's fun? I mean, indie wrestling. Because they think indie wrestling is like a southern thing.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. They were like, oh, we thought it was just an East Coast, back of the woods southern. They're like, no, they have it out here. You know what I mean? So I was thoroughly impressed. I became a fan instantly.
And we appreciate that. And that's what we go aim to do. That's one of our goals because, like I said, no matter, we talked about earlier with politics and behind the scenes and wrestling, no matter how big somebody think they are, it's still people that don't know there's pro wrestling in Los Angeles.
I have no idea. Because you know what happens is, a lot of people that move here, they're transparent. They stay in that bubble of Hollywood, but they don't know people from LA. We don't even like Hollywood.
Yeah.
When I'm like, because you know what's crazy? A lot of comics will talk to me, like my other cousin that does comedy, and we're from LA, and they'll be like, oh, we thought y'all from the East Coast. Like, why? It's like, no, because y'all not like bougie and loud. It's like, no, we're from here. Like, we're just normal people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's what's great about the potential of AMP, because there's a whole demographic that don't know about it. And then when people go, they're like, nah, we're hooked. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
No. This is wonderful. I'm actually grateful that we're able to like partner, because the potential is limitless. And when people find out about this, people are gonna be upset like, yo, how come I don't know about this? Yes, sir.
What the ceiling is the roof?
The roof is the ceiling. Michael Jordan, the ceiling is the roof. Still makes no damn sense, but he's the GOAT. So whatever he says, boss. Yes, boss. Michael Jordan, Bush. Yes, please, Bush. The ceiling is the roof.
Appreciate those dope words that we both
on
the same path. So let us know about let them know about the partnership, Amped Up, Biliko.
Biliko TV. So look, Biliko TV is a streaming service. We're creating a platform for Black content creators where they meet. So we're creating an intersection of the diaspora. So it don't matter, you in Inglewood, you in Compton, you in Atlanta, you in New York, you in North Carolina, whether you have a podcast, you have a wrestling league or whatnot, you can come on our platform and we can try to grow this platform together. So the partnership we have with Amped Up Wrestling, it's started in about June, because we went to the first June show, right? So every wrestling event, like the Victory Lap Hood Stars 2, is going to be on the streaming service. We're trying to create a sub show where we can actually getting to know the wrestlers, getting to know the backstories of the wrestlers, and also possibly doing some sketches with the wrestlers or whatever, because this is a real wrestling league. This ain't, I grew up on WWE or WWF, I grew up on WCW or whatever, but Amped Up Wrestling is its own wrestling league. This is not we just get together on weekends and we just wrestle. This is a wrestling league. So expect a lot from this wrestling league and Keep Up With TV, where you can see, like, you can fall in love with characters like Urban Juggernaut, or even who's the vegan, the vegan that be yelling at people?
Jarrell.
Hilarious. When he came out there and said, you guys have diabetes. I was like, yo, you guys keep eating all that pork and all that sugar. Yo, that was dope, man. No, great wrestlers. And it is weird because, not weird, but all the wrestlers have good character work. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are not some, like, these wrestlers take their time. They know who they are when they get in there. Candy Girl, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who's the girl with she's kind of like the female version of Undertaker? Hattie? Auntie Hattie?
Auntie Hattie.
Yeah, Auntie Hattie, like, dope.
Yeah,
like,
shout out. Y'all gotta go back and see her podcast. This shit was crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some great wrestlers that, like, you guys are gonna enjoy them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's definitely dope, man. I'm just excited about not only this, Hood Stars, Victory Lab 2. Definitely excited about that. But also, I'm excited about, Kotoko TV, man. Definitely excited about that. Very excited about that. And the fact that, even though you got what you're going on right now.
Yes, sir.
If people may not know how much is going on the channel,
right,
how consistent it is, so you can tell them about that, but just.
So we release a video, a show every day. So right now it's about 2 or 3 weeks in, and we
7 days a week.
7 days a week. It's a streaming service, so we've been fortunate, like, because our mission is to create a village for content creators, and then a place where, because no disrespect, like, I love VH1, I love, like, BET, But I think there is another branch of content creators that are not being exposed and being seen. All right, right. And they're making great content. So we have like the chat for black girls, young black women out of Inglewood, talking about everyday things that go on in a young black woman's life, and the talk show. They talk about they'll talk about sex, they'll talk about love, they'll talk about marriage, they'll talk about the difference of like how their parents grew up dating, how they grew up or whatever. We have a podcast from a girl called Name a Better Duo, where she talks about lifestyle, but with the basis on faith or whatnot. And she interviews a bunch of different people, and she's out of like the DMV area. Mm-hmm. We have another show called Risky Intentions, where two black girls where they talk about a little bit more risque or whatever, talk about stuff or whatever, talk show or whatnot. We have a series called Bokota TV. They're out of Canada, but they talk in French and Lingala, and it's a lifestyle show or whatever. We have so we have all these different content creators, including like Amped Up Wrestling, where there's a voice. Because what happens is we don't ask black people what to watch. We tell black people what to watch. So we did the actual market research, and we asked about, it's a small sample size, 100 to 200 black people, like in different parts of the world, what type of content do you want to see? And they were asking like, yo, do we have entertainment leagues? You know what I'm saying? Like for like literally like I was like, what about sports? They're like, yeah, if there's like a sports league, I'll try to support it. You know what I'm saying? Or if there's like, I like wrestling, I like karate, you know what I'm saying? All different forms. So because black people like a lot of everything. There's not, you know what I mean? But the only thing is like, nobody knows they'll support it because it's not being exposed to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is 7 days a week. We're on Roku channel, KITOKO TV network, but they're also on iOS and Android app. And it's just like, it's like Black Hulu. You know what I mean? Pretty much, yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just the beginning. You guys wait.
Goodness, just wait.
Just wait. Listen, just wait. Because there's dope black content creators out there that just need, even like a Kickstarter. Like if this league when this league becomes so big and they're like, hey, we want to do our own thing, great. We're happy like we're able to work right now. Hopefully, leagues first working together again tomorrow. Because it's about like us trying to help ourselves, help our families. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a village, it's a community, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dope stuff.
Yeah.
All right, man. So once again, this was another episode. We're gonna close it on out. Is there anything you want to close out with, my man?
No, I just want to say, like, I love Amped Up Wrestling. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. You guys, I'm telling you guys, like, watch out for Amped Up Wrestling. I'm telling you, watch Urban Juggernaut, watch Big Homie Quan. Like, these are some great people doing great things. You don't know them tomorrow. So it's like, be on the journey with them starting today. That's all.
Big Homie Quan, you got anything you want to say? Where you at?
Last thing I just want to say is I hope y'all have a great night. I hope you have a good morning. I hope that you continue a positive energy.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated in these streets because you want to end up being thirsty with a dry mouth. Talking about, hey, there's something wrong with me. No, you don't want to be doing that.
I'm always thirsty.
I'm just saying, we can't be going out here, thirsty. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get thirst trapped. But nah, just say, follow me on Instagram, KingBHQ Official. If y'all know, I can't be surprised if you don't know already.
Right.
Like Biliko said, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Holla.
One up. Your boy Sean Black. We are out. Peace.
Peace. It was awesome.